Hello, everybody. Hello, and welcome to this week's Goddess Energy Forecast. This is Abigail Mensabonsu. I am the founder and the creatrix for the Moon Goddess Academy and the Moon Goddess Circles. And this week is so much deliciousness, but potent, potent week ahead. So let's go ahead and begin. So last week let's look at the energy of last week because that is what is supporting us from now to the end of the year, actually, probably taking us into 2021. Last week, we were able to experience the peak of the 1111 portal, which hopefully by now you know, because I've talked about this, is that the whole November is the portal, but 1111, the day of the 1111, right, is where it reaches its peak. So we're still in that portal. That portal is still wide open. We're still receiving light codes. We're still receiving blessings, inspirations from this portal, right? All the way till we enter December. And then we step into a whole new energy. And then on top of that, today is the new moon in Scorpio. Yes. New moon energy. So those two combined, what is coming through, the energy feels like a new year. So we're having a new year earlier, on top of our regular new year, which is pretty potent here. But with Scorpio energy, what is happening is that we're being drawn to that deepest part of our being to discover what it is that we really want to create, what it is that we really want to call in to our life, what it is that we want to manifest into our lives. No more like shallow stuff that we're asking. That's not going to cut it. We're really being asked to dive deep in there and ask the right questions. What brings me joy? What ignites me? And how can I experience more of it? It's all about the deeper desires. It's all about that childhood dream, right? The childhood desire. And Scorpio is making sure that we step away from the shallow, surfacey stuff and really allow ourselves to go within, go deep within, and unlock that door of the mystery of who we really are. So with this 1111 gateway that we're still in receiving on top of the new moon in Scorpio, we have this beautiful, perfect container of having the ability to really call in and attract and manifest what we truly desire that is in alignment with your deepest truth. That part is very important. What is it? What is in alignment with your deepest truth? One thing that I'm noticing that is coming in is a lot of people are getting like the hints on what they need to focus on from this point forward, right? So this whole week for me, I mean, I've been like on point, just receiving so much downloads. I've been sharing, and then on 11/11, actually at the end of the day, I ended up having a migraine, and it was just on my left side. And the left side, of course, we know is the feminine side. It's also, about receiving. And so I took some time, and my son and I put on our jackets and we went to go sit in the sun in our backyard. And as I'm sitting there watching him, I realized that the sun, like I felt the warmth of the sun just on my left side. And I just closed my eyes and I took it all in. And I began to ask and declare that whatever resistance I have towards receiving, for the sun rays to clear it out of my body, out of my mind, out of my heart, out of my energy field. And I just kept repeating that and just receiving that sun ray. And it felt like a massage on me. It felt so good. It was an intense migraine. It probably lasted like 3 days. And I just worked through my resistance to receive it. And throughout that time, I got tested too, you know. Very interesting. what came through. Like my husband told me that his sister signed up us to receive like a free turkey, um, and it's from a church that she goes to. I believe she goes to. And immediately, like instead of me saying, "Oh, thank you, I'm so grateful that I get to receive this gift," I went into, "On there families that need this more than us?" And I told this to my husband immediately. Like he just snapped me back. He's like, "We need it." And I was like, oh, but it took me a while. Like I was still upset with that because I felt like it was like a charity case, which is very interesting. And so I had to work through that. And especially when my husband said that, and that was the truth. I mean, who does not, we get a free turkey to, in a year where it's been just chaos, and we get to roast it. We don't get to see family this time. We don't get to, eat together with family this time. It's just us. And it was something special that was given to us so that we can enjoy, Thanksgiving. And I had to work through that resistance, and then it dawned on me, like, where else have I said no to the gifts that divine is trying to give me because of my perceptions, right? And so I had to work through that and even open myself more to anything that is in my highest and greatest good. And I asked the angels to help me recognize when I receive these gifts or when these gifts come to me, so I am not pushing them away, right? Like I want you to take inventory in your life. Where have you blocked gifts from coming to you because they weren't what you expected? We're being asked with this energy to really expand our capacity to receive bigger than ever before, to receive on a bigger level. And that was the message that have been coming in all week with the 1111 portal, and then now with the new moon energy. I mean, new moon is about creation. It's about manifesting. It's about new beginnings, right? We get to really not calculate, but look at what we want to experience, who we want to become, what we want to call in, and then we put that to the universe. We give that to the universe with faith and hope that it will come to us for our highest good. Of course, it has to be in alignment with us. And this is why Scorpio is really pulling us deep within so that we can discover that truth. Because unless it is in alignment with us, it's not going to happen, because it's not for our greatest good. So perhaps an intention you can set with this new moon is to be open to receiving all that is in alignment with your highest and greatest good. That would just like expand your capacity to receive. And perhaps another intention would be expanding your capacity to receive all that is in your highest and greatest good. Right? So share your intentions for the new moon with me. Share with me where Scorpio, our teacher, is directing you to put your focus. And hopefully the messages that you receive today will kind of help you pinpoint where you need to put your focus, what kind of intentions you need to be setting with this Scorpio new moon. If you know anything about Scorpio, Scorpios, there's nothing shallow about them. There's no BS about them. It is what it is. Is go deep or go home, right? It's about the deeper truths, right? There's no shallow business there. And that's exactly the energy that we're working with here in order to create a new life, create a new future, right? Especially if we're talking about timelines here, breaking down the timelines, or releasing the timelines that don't work with us anymore, and then creating a new timeline that is in alignment with our truth. All of these need to happen, or happens, when we know our core truth. So we're being trained right now to really dive in and figure out our core truth so that manifestation can be quite easy for us. I just did a Facebook Live to a group of women, like more than 40,000 women in there. And I talked about this topic of when you know your core truth, when you come back to the truth that is in there, when you recover or uncover your deepest truth, it creates this magnetic field that literally draws to you anything and everything that is in alignment with that truth. It makes manifestation quite easy. But in order for us to receive that gift of easy manifestation, it has to come from our inner self, our core truth. So, with that said, let's go ahead and see what messages we have for this week and what kind of guidance will be leading us through this powerful week. Um, yeah, I'm just getting that this energy is just, I mean, this is just the beginning of it. Like, we're just going to be experiencing more and more of these potent times leading up into 2021 and onward. Like, we're really being asked to step it up and also step deeper within ourselves, to really be honest with ourselves. So let's begin with the divine feminine goddess who is guiding us through this week, shall we? Take a sip of water. So the goddess who's mentoring us through this week, and I feel like I've pulled her before, Magic Labron. Magic Labron. And she is known as the diamond-hearted Dakini. So she basically takes the dark and transmutes it into only more light. So that's the other keyword that came in with this new moon in Scorpio is transformation. Transformation, right? Allowing the things and the thoughts and the beliefs and the emotions that no longer serve us to be released, not, not just healed, but released, to let it go so that we can make more space for what is for our highest good to step through. But then you letting it go, that's the transmutation part. Is actually almost like I'm seeing like this recycling, right? It's being transformed into light, and then you're receiving that blessing back to you. Because there's a reason why you had those experiences. There's always a blessing in every experience we get, every experience we have, whether that's positive or negative. There's always a blessing that we're supposed to receive. So she takes the dark and transmutes it into only more light. Let's go into her message. From Machik's perspective as an enlightened female, she knew that the difference between a god and a demon had to do with our reaction to them. Those who cause us pain, she explained, also teaches us patience, whereas those who bring gifts can distract us from our spiritual paths. Fascinating, right? No one and no single situation has the power to derail us. That is, unless we let it. Ooh, that's powerful. No one and no single situation has the power to derail us. That is, unless we let it. The power rests within us. The spiritual path for Magic was to become intimate with her inner demons, those thoughts or beliefs that kept her from experiencing joy, bliss, and pure love. The darkness within us isn't exactly dark. It often feels threatening because some aspect of our intuition knows that when we face it, we will reclaim a lost part of our soul. We will heal. We will become more whole. And that, ironically, can be terrifying. We get so used to functioning with only one wing. We wonder, how can I fly now with two? I'll go too far, too high. Who will I become when I'm free? Who will I become now that I'm free? And who will I lose in that elevation of my soul? Breathe. I feel like that was a heavy one. If these questions are something that you have and is stopping you from unleashing yourself and becoming who you're meant to be, know that Scorpio is definitely going to take you there so you can face your inner demons and set yourself free and liberate yourself from that. You know, when you liberate yourself, you're actually bringing in more light to these areas. So I'm seeing this like, you know, imagine you're a house and some of the rooms, a house with many rooms, and some of the rooms have, you know, light in there, you know, so very light. It has plenty of sunlight and everything is transparent. You can see everything. There's some rooms that are darker. You have no idea what is in there. And because of that, you're afraid to go in there. When you allow yourself to go into that room, turn on the light and see what is in there, you notice, oh, this was, you know, I was looking for this shoe and now it's in here. You get to find that shoe and bring it in. Or you're like, oh, that's where I put my car keys. Oh, there it is. And you get to reclaim that. This is kind of like what she's talking about. When you allow yourself to go for it, because remember, these aspects of ourselves that we call dark or shadow, they're just areas of ourselves that are missing the light. The areas of ourselves that we don't have it on the surface of our awareness. They're in the subconscious or unconscious mind, right? So when we bring our awareness to that, it's the same as switching on the light. So you can see, and it's like another room that has been lit up, right? And eventually, if you go into all the rooms and you switch on the lights, your entire house will be lit up, right? You'll be able to see everything. You'll be able to know where to find things, where things are. It'd be very easy to navigate because now you can see everything. So let's continue. Magic is here to support us in seeing what's ready to come to consciousness. She's here with her diamond heart to hold us as we feed one of our demons, not with fear, but with the knowledge that bringing it to life and into the light will help set it free. Bringing it to life and into the light will help set us free. So here's her soul question for us. Is there an ego belief that you are ready to see and release within you? Is there an ego belief that you are ready to see and release within you? And here's her intention for us, an affirmation that we can use. I see the light in my own darkness, and I face my ego beliefs to feel free. I see the light in my own darkness, and I face my ego beliefs to feel free. And again, here's Machik Labron, transmuting the dark into more light. All right. So with that said, go ahead and close your eyes, taking a deep breath in. Let's plug into the divine source. Bring your awareness to that ball of light at the center of your forehead. Go ahead and drop that ball of light into your heart and breathe. With each breath, allow that ball of light to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Now imagine, see, sense, or feel this beautiful ball of light above your head. It's like the sun. It's big and massive and bright and warm. Should say hot. This represents source. Go ahead and send that ball of light from your heart through your channel all the way into the center of that source of light up there. And allow that source of light to fill your bubble with everything that you need, with more light, with more frequencies, with blessings, with miracles, with alignment, whatever that you need, just open to receive and see your ball get more powerful, more potent, brighter. And when it's ready, it returns back into your heart from the heart of source. And now allow the light to drop through your channel, the ball of light from your heart to drop through your channel, down, down, down through the layers of the earth and into the heart of Mama Gaia. And you can see her like standing there waiting, and she just receives it and places it in her heart. Or you might see a symbol of her heart and your ball of light just drops right into it. And again, she just puts into your ball of light all the healing, all the nurturing, all the support that you need, and so much more. And your ball of light gets brighter and more vibrant and more powerful, more whole. Breathe. And when she's done, the ball of light returns gently back into your heart. And now from there, allow that ball of light to shine even brighter, creating a beautiful bubble of light on the outside of you that is infused with the love of the Divine Father and the love of the Divine Mother. And taking a couple of deep breaths in here as you stand in the middle of this bubble of light that now connects you to the Divine Mother and the Divine Father. Beautiful. I now call upon your higher selves into your hearts now. I call upon your higher selves into your hearts now. I call upon your higher self into your hearts now. Taking a deep breath in. Open to receive. Beautiful. And now from this place of centeredness and connectedness and alignment, go ahead and ask the question, where do I need to place my energy this week? 1, 2, or 3. Once you receive your number or numbers, go ahead and open your eyes, ready to receive. So if you are drawn to card number 1, let's see, where are you? If you're drawn to card number 1, your card is Big, Bold Vision, right? Perfect for the new moon energy in this 1111 portal we're in. You're being asked to set big, bold visions, intentions, dreams, connect to that. So let's see what the message has for us. If you're drawn to card number 1, this is your message. You are not born to play a small role in life. You have the ability to dream big. Even if you have absolutely no idea about how your visions can come to pass or what all the details may look like, you can access the heart and guts of a vision by tapping into your wildest dreams and surrendering attachment to exactly how it would all work out. The details are up to the creative genius of the universe. You are an active, contributing participant, but not the sole player in your life's journey. There is something, a vision or an idea that is coming to you. You may worry that it is too much for you, but don't worry. It is meant to be yours. Although you might have some adjustments to make and some tweaking to do as you let go of your limited thinking and open up to a fearless acceptance of a bigger, brighter, more radical, and more potent possibilities of creatively living your light in the world. A sign that you are cracking out of your limited thinking to allow for big, bold vision to come to you is that you might feel a little dizzy with the shrinking limitations and expanding possibilities of life. You may wonder if you're allowed to access so much wonder. Remember that in your healing and growing success, as you manifest this big vision, you can touch the hearts of others through your presence, your inner work, your art, and your choices. It is a win-win situation. Those that are meant to live big, bold, and visionary lives need to give themselves permission to break the mold and forge newer, more expansive perspectives of what is possible, what is permitted, and what is of service. It's about letting go and opening up. Others will benefit from this. Even though it is your vision, it is not just about you. You're being asked to remember that when something is right for you, endless synchronicities and support will flow your way at the right time and in the right way. Stay open, receptive, playful, and surrendered. This oracle brings you a message. You are about to receive or be invited to become part of a grand visionary beginning. Mm. It has the markings of something fantastic. No matter how the journey that brings this vision into reality unfolds, and there will be some twists and turns that you don't see coming, it is still helpful for you to be open to it. Trust your heart. Be still with your choices. And when the time feels right and truthful, leap. This oracle brings a message for those who would like to further develop the intuitive sight. It is already happening. Trust in what you perceive, even if it conflicts with what everyone else around you is saying or the surface of things. Trust your inner perceptions. They are accurate and will be proven to be so later on. The healing process below will help you with this also. This oracle brings a general message of positive energy. Trust that things will be coming up. Okay, trust that things will be coming up roses for you. Ooh. Even if everything seems to be in a bit of a shambles right now, it's really just the essential mess before a truly spectacular success. Even if everything seems to be in a bit of a shambles right now, it's really just the essential mess before a truly spectacular success. Beautiful. So I will share the healing process towards the end. So again, if you're drawn to card number one, your card is big, bold visions. If you were drawn to card number two, I'm go ahead and take a sip of water. If you're being drawn to card number two, your card is the power of attraction. Look how beautiful this card is. I love the presence of the hexagon is showing up in both cards so far. So here's the message. There is such wonder awaiting you. There are so many beautiful adventures and so much magic yet to be. Can you keep your heart open to what is coming towards you without surrendering your experience of this moment by becoming too future oriented? You see, there is magic in this moment too. There's something arising within you, out of the depths of your being. In this process, there's a shift in environment, both internal and external. A fertility is being stimulated. This is your time to play with that fertility, to conceive, create, and embark upon the process of transformation with an open heart and mind. You may not know where it is all going to lead. All you need to know is that it will be wonderful and exactly perfectly what is needed. Beyond that, allow the energy of fertile growth and abundance that now flow so naturally and richly within you and around you simply be. You are a big soul. And with that often comes big dreams. Take a deep breath in. Did you see me? You are a big soul, and with that often comes big dreams. You might worry that you want too much out of life. Perhaps you think that you are only capable of small dreams. If you have drawn the oracle of big, bold visions as well, was that our first one? Oh my God, that was our first one. Whoa, that was the first card. If you've drawn the oracle of big bold vision as well, then this part of the message is highlighted for you. This oracle is guiding you to remember that there are stages of creation. A house cannot be built without the flooring. No matter how beautiful the stained glass windows you plan to install are, the walls need to be up first. Your big life dreams are a work in progress, just like you. If you have been working on healing something within you, started started a new creative project or just taken on a new job or relationship and feel that although you're getting some results, you're impatient for more, doubt that you can continue or even find the zone or become proficient in the situation at hand, then this oracle comes as a reinforcement. You're doing well. That which is worthwhile takes time to build. Celebrate each success, even the small ones. You are creating something of worth. Be patient, keep going, and trust. This oracle comes with a special message. You have recently completed a cycle or level of manifestation and are transitioning into the next level of experience. This card feels like my card. The first card did too, but now I know how they're connected there. Like a big fish leaving the small pond and feeling like a rather small fish in a bigger pond, there will be some getting used to it, time needed as you find your way. This will add to what you have already done and bring valuable expansion to your realization of your abilities, as well as many new relationships and opportunities to help you go further on your journey. What you are in the process of creating will benefit from this stage of your process. Whether your creation is simply your life path, your sacred life path, a particular creative work, or an actual child, there's a positive and constructive energy that is unfolding for you now to boost this process and carry you further along the way. Do you dare to dream and to believe in your dream until it manifests? Even if naysayers challenge you. Of course you do, sacred rebel. This oracle brings you guidance. You are going to attract whatever is needed to complete your work in progress and bring it to fruition. Yes, please. Remain open to receive and trust in the unfolding of your life experiences. Do not turn away. All of the necessary elements are coming together. Allow this integration to occur so that you can manifest your dreams. Power of attraction. It goes perfectly in flow with the first card. Beautiful. If you are drawn to card number 3, your card is Release the Dark Wound and Let Love Live. And I feel like this card is connected to the divine feminine message we received from Magic Lebron. So this one says, Release the dark wound and let love live. So let's see what the message is. If we detach something from its source too soon, trying to force it to become what it is not yet ready or willing to become, we will unintentionally sap it of its strength and kill it. There is a dark wound in the consciousness of humanity, which demands perfection and denies process. If you're thinking of publishers because you have even written the book, if you are comparing yeah, if you are comparing your unfinished song idea to the latest best-selling pop release, if you have decided you are not good enough or worthy enough to succeed because you've given it everything you've got and asked for divine help, then this dark wound has you in its grasp. You have to let go of the death grip of perfectionism and let yourself and your ideas live. Love is abundant, creative, and inspiring. It moves us so much more joyously and creatively than fear. You're being asked to honor the path of your own love. What inspires you? What feels exciting, joyful, and perhaps even rather different? Let that live. Release the dark wounding of false belief. There are countless stories of vastly successful artists who very nearly been the project that was the making of their career because of the despair fostered by their own dark nature. They doubted, they were uncertain. Was their work any good? Was it useless? They struggled to believe in the light of a work to come to life, whether it was accepted, revered, or rejected by others or not. They nearly lost their work to fear. Undoubtedly, there have been many times when this has actually happened, and this was not saved, not allowed to live. Do not let this happen to you. Whether something is meant to be a commercially oriented venture or a more personal creation for your own therapeutic healing, it must be allowed to be without judgment, without criticism, even without premature evaluation. It must be allowed to be what it is, and only time, love, patience, and attention will reveal it. If you have drawn this card, along with the oracle of defend to the end, the world, okay, we don't need to look at that because we don't have that oracle. If you feel drawn to read the messages, okay, wait, let's go back. The messages of this card are also amplified if you have, okay, that's another one. So we don't need those ones. So the last part of this message is this: do not let this happen to you, whether something is meant to be commercially oriented, ventured, or a more personal creation for your own therapeutic healing. It must be allowed to be without judgment, without criticism, even without premature evaluation. It must be allowed to be what it is, and only time, love, patience, and attention will reveal it. Beautiful. So, again, release the dark wound and let love live. There you go. So let's go ahead and tap into, or let's go into the healing meditation, the healing process. It is dry here today. So close your eyes, taking a deep breath in, and drop your awareness back to that beautiful ball of light, shining brightly infused with the love of the Divine Father and the Divine Mother within your heart, that starlight within your heart. And breathe into it. So if you're drawn to card number 1, big bold vision, here is your healing process. Receive it. I release all blocks to my vision. Go ahead and say this to yourself. I release all blocks to my vision. I release all beliefs, conscious or unconscious, stored in my body or mind that will have me belittle or minimize myself out of fear or ignorance. I choose to be big, bold, and bright, to vision with my heart and receive all the genius of the universe in supporting that vision and coming to life. I'm going to repeat that again. Repeat this. I release all blocks to my vision. I release all beliefs, conscious or unconscious, stored in my body and mind that will have me belittle or minimize myself out of fear or ignorance. I choose to be bold, big, and bright, to vision with my heart and receive all the genius of the universe in supporting that vision and coming to life. So be it, and so it is. Repeat this whenever you feel yourself in awe of what seems to be coming through you as a vision for the future. If you're drawn to card number 2, here is your healing process. Card number 2 is the power of attraction. So close your eyes and relax. Imagine that you are in a wild desert landscape in nature, in the middle of summer. The sun is hot overhead, and you can sense the aridity of the land. The green cacti sprouting with spikes, and the strong heat rising from the earth in shimmering waves. How does this feel to you? Then you are now in a red golden forest with trees looking as though they are set on fire with vibrant colored leaves that fall to the ground, creating lush heaps of crunchy colored debris. The air is becoming crisp and cool. How does this feel to you? The moon rises overhead, and you are in a winter landscape. Mountains of snow have fallen, and light, delicate snowflakes settle onto the heap as the dark night sky becomes clear and filled with endless stars. The dazzling aurora borealis begins to shimmer. Vivid green light swirls and shimmers, hauntingly beautiful, dancing through the night sky. The sharp, cold night air is invigorated with the light. How does this feel to you? Then you are in a lush green landscape, sprouting with new shoots and a warm sun caressing the earth. Breathe. Lambs and rabbits frolic sweetly and playfully. Daisies and daffodils create a vibrant yellow blanket over the green pastures, and there is a sweet scent and mild and warm air. How does this feel to you? Now say aloud, I trust in the cycles of my life, my work, my own spiritual growth. Through unconditional love, I thrive. I trust in the cycles of my life, my work, my own spiritual growth. Through unconditional love, I thrive. I trust in the cycles of life with my work, my own spiritual growth. Through unconditional love, I thrive. And when you're ready, just open your eyes. And you've completed your healing process. So again, that was the healing process for card number 2. If you were drawn to card number 3, here is your healing process. Remember to stay in your heart. Drop into your heart and really feel what you're expressing. Really feel what you're saying. I now choose of my own free will to release all cellular memories and belief systems based in dark wound of criticism, judgment, shame, and fear, so that my creative love and energy may thrive in a nourishing environment conducive to growth. Through all time and space, through all dimensions of my being, through unconditional love, so be it. I now choose of my own free will to release all cellular memories and belief systems based on dark wound criticism, judgment, shame, and fear, so that my creative love and energy may thrive in a nourishing environment conducive to growth. Through all time and space, through all dimensions of my being, through unconditional love, so be it. I now choose of my own free will to release all cellular memories and belief systems based in the dark wound of criticism, judgment, shame, and fear, so that my creative love and energy may thrive in a nourishing environment conducive to growth. Through all time and space, through all dimensions of my being, through unconditional love, so be it, and so it is. So be it, and so it is. Taking a deep breath in, receiving, and out. So be it. So I think it's very interesting because I'm feeling like all of these week's messages, I believe they flow together. I wouldn't be surprised if you actually felt all 3 messages, or you received an insight from each of them, or you were being called to all 3 of them. At least that's what it seems like to me. There's a continuation with that. Perhaps you start with card number 1, do the work there, and then you energetically flow into number 2 and then number 3, right? And it's okay too if you were drawn to just put your attention in just one. That's totally fine too. But I'm really getting that energy of some of you receiving that clear message of all 3 cards, or even all, 2 of the 3 cards. whichever it is, whichever you're called to receive, is exactly what you need to really tap into this powerful, potent energy that we're in, supporting us at this time. Dream big, be bold, allow yourself to go deep within yourself to discover what lights you up, what brings you joy, what kind of bliss you want in your life. Like, allow yourself to go in deep, explore, and then release the wounds that come in, with the doubts, with the fear, with the judgments that diminishes you and makes you stuck in the smallness that you are not. You are not. You're not small. You are a quantum, multidimensional being. You can take up as much space as you want, or you can shrink up and take as little space as you want. We know that this part doesn't work. This part works, right? Beautiful. So thank you for receiving this week's message. Thank you for allowing the goddesses and our divine guides to show up and guide us through this week. And again, if you haven't joined my Facebook group yet, go ahead, and if you are on Facebook, go ahead and head over there and request to join Moon Goddess Sacred Sanctum. I'll have the link in the description, and come over and share which card stood out for you. Which cards felt good to you? What is the message that you receive, and where are you being asked to focus this week? And what are your big, bold intentions for this new moon and 1111 portal? From my heart to yours, thank you so much. And until next time, have an amazing, blessed week. Bye, everyone.